that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah. Put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach, put me in the game.
Let's go. I am the great. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. I am the great. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. I am the great. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. I am the greatest of all time. Said I'm coming for everything. Good, but to be great, you gotta have confidence. The next level was legend. You gotta have accomplishments. In any league, they considering me dominant. Them long falls, you know the pit of defeat, bottomless. I was hungry way before I got your support. I hopped off the porch around the time that y'all got awards. Lyrical exercise, this what I call a sport. The fourth bar, brother, when I push the rock off the court. I got champion genetics. Champion genetics. Next level. One of the best. Remember me. I am the great. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Remember me. I am the great. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. I am the great. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Remember me. I am the great. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. Chattermouths who talent don't average out. If your flow ain't nowhere near this caliber, that don't count. Competition get flattened out. Getting money like I went top 3 in the first round. My salary that amount. They want my style, but that ain't much to be flat about. I take it as a challenge when rappers calling my status out. One of the best, and they ain't my pedigree. You can have the rings, or we did it, AI's legacy. I got champion genetics. Next level. One of the best. Remember me. I am the great. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. I am the great. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. I am the great. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Remember me. I am the great. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. I am the great. Next level. One of the best. Everything. I am the great. Remember me.
Sports coverage of the National Football League is in Uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Carolina Panthers. Here now to get us started is Logan Cook, and off we go from Uptown Charlotte. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. On first down, they'll start out with Hubbard. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down. Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 39. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now a give. It's Hubbard going left. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
That caught by Tremble. And they'll work this down inside the 30. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
Touchdown! DJ Moore from 3 yards out. And the Panthers are on the board here first in the season opener. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1. A lot more to go. To throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk. Lawrence finding Kirk there for the Jaguar first. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position. But I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. Now Lawrence. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping him for the sack. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down. Now Lawrence to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They'll start on the ground with Hubbard. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into it because they were there to help break that pass up.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Looking for the out route, and he's got more. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 24-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high-percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Over the middle, complete. That's Marshall. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Another completion there. You know, we think about the draft back in the spring. He was selected, obviously, the #1 overall pick. There's great money with that, but, Charles, I would think maybe an extra burden, too, or is that not that big of a deal at all?
It actually is in the beginning of his career an added burden, but it's one of those things.
Touchdown, Panthers! DJ Moore. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Panthers go up by 2 touchdowns. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. 22 yards there, a first down. Lawrence will throw. And his throw here is incomplete. hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And that's complete to Etienne out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. But to throw again is Lawrence. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lawrence. He'll drop this one off with Etienne. And the Jags are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Etienne bringing in another one. Touchdown, Jaguars! Travis Etienne, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars are back within a score. The extra point up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd and 5. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Jags are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27. Now Lawrence on first down. And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. The 20. I tell you what, credit is due there on him preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position.
Well, Charles, I think you'd have to call that a win for the defense after the turnover already in field goal range, and they had to settle for 3.
Yeah, Bean, the beautiful part is you start so close to the end zone that your thought process of offense has to loosen up a little bit because you're thinking to yourself, you're almost guaranteed 3. Let's take some good shots at the end zone and try and turn it into 6.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And with Lawrence's arm, they may give him a shot to let this thing rip downfield. We'll see.
That's into the hands of Edwards. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either, so certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Play action. It's Lawrence. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Now Lawrence. Quick slant caught by Kirk.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
They go play action now. Lawrence.
Got a man complete to Miller. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes
touchdown! Albert Okuwebunam from 10 yards out.
And the Jaguars have got it back to within a score.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled into 20.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Devontae Wyatt. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. Back to throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Marshall. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. They go play action here on 1st down.
He'll dump this one off to Hubbard.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Now a man open down the middle of the field.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Back to throw again. This is caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. A great play there, with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Panthers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where he's. And it's a fumble, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And some room to work.
Still on his feet, inside the 10.
And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. That's what they've done all game long.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10.
At their own 18.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
He'll get that underneath Etienne. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Looking to throw again on second down. Lawrence. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of cover.
And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. He'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal. The play fake. He'll look to throw. And it's caught. A gain of 7 that time. Second goal. A nice throw there. We've seen a lot of those from this young man. How would you assess, Charles, his first start thus far?
I think it's been everything that they could have asked for because he's handled all the basic things quite well. And even some of the wrinkles that have been thrown at it.
And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Panthers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the lead is now 24. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. That's going to be caught downfield by Miller. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. Looking deep downfield. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence again. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Right back to Hubbard. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. For Marshall, that's complete. No gain on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. It'll be a 45-yard punt, and couple that with a loss on the return. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
From the 27, Lawrence. Incomplete.
I think this is what this game's become now. You just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
Lawrence going to throw again.
And able to find Kirk complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Panthers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's got a man. That's Marshall. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. He'll drop to throw.
He'll get this into the hands of Bird. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
And the Jaguars will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do that, right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious, so you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
And now here is another interception. Jeremy Chinn picks it off. And the Panthers are going to take over here up near the 40. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Carolina, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll look to get back on the...
What you waiting for? Are you ready? Okay, say no more. Tell the chauffeur to open Mercedes door. Put the pedal to metal and made it soar. She was, but I made it sure it was. So we stayed indoors. Let's take it where no one has been before. It feel like I've known you some years before, but I don't know.